whether it really fits a business or organization. Well, Barbie Dreamtopia is a business, I guess, that pays for or contributes to the costs. Well, here we don't really understand. So they pay for the costs or contributes to the costs. So they just give Nick Jr. some money, okay, contribute to the cost of a radio. Well, this is not radio, obviously, but it goes on. Or television program, which this is exactly this, in return for advertising. So a sponsorship is basically an ad. So there's no difference really between a sponsorship and an ad, because a sponsorship does not mean they need to pay for all the costs of broadcasting this. They only need to contribute to the cost, right? They could pay for all the costs, or they just contribute to the costs of a radio or television channel. So they contribute to the costs of this TV channel in return for advertising. I mean, contribute to the cost. It's paying, basically paying. They don't even need to pay the full amount. They need to contribute whatever amount they agree on. It's the same process as the normal advertisers do. They pay you, so an X amount of money, an agreed amount of money, so you show their ad, right? And somehow sponsorships have gotten a special status, even though it's practically the same thing, right? The only difference, though, is the TV channel gives it a different status. It's the same ad, but the TV channel gives it a different status. It's a different name for the same thing, but the different name exists so that the television channel can give it a special status all these crucial times, right? So usually, I think it might even be required by law that the children channels separate the ad time from the, bumper promo time. So usually the way it's done is it's separated by special ad bumpers, like bumpers that tell you that an ad break is coming. So usually all ads are shown inside those two bumpers. They make it very clear what is an ad and what is not an ad. And there you have sponsorships, which is an ad, but somehow the channel gives it a special status, and it shows it outside of that dedicated block of ads, separated by these bumpers telling you that it's ad time. And they show these sponsored products, sponsored ads, right before the actual cartoon show and also right after it. So, everybody's going to see this. Everybody's going to see the sponsorships. And, it's the same as an ad, but it's like a high status ad. It's like the best type of ad for your product. It's probably the most expensive ad as well. So they're allowed to show ads like that. And maybe the only thing different about this kind of ad is that you need to mention that it's a sponsorship, right? If you mention that this program sponsors that, it becomes obvious that it's an ad, right? You don't need to separate it by having special ad bumpers telling the viewer that it's an ad, because inside every sponsorship they always tell you that it's an ad or that it's a sponsorship, right? And you know what a sponsorship is approximately. So I guess maybe they couldn't show sponsorships if they were created like regular ads without telling you that they are a sponsorship. So every sponsorship needs to tell you that they're a sponsorship, or else they won't be allowed to be a sponsorship. So everything is right somehow. Everything works out, except for Crush a Time, which we see way too many of them, in my opinion. Like it's cute and all, but it's just too much, I think. But in this continuity, we cut out all the ads, we cut out all the shows. Well, almost all the ads, like 99% of the ads, we cut out. So what we're left here is a very concentrated dose of bumpers and promos. It's like a full day of Nick Jr. 2 broadcasting, and we're able to see all of the ads and bumpers and promos. I mean, bumpers and promos it showed during this time in only a 30-minute video. So this is highly concentrated, and of course these sponsorships like Crush a Time don't feel so conspicuous. There's a lot of time and content that goes between them, so we don't even notice them that much. But when you cut out everything else, they become really noticeable. But luckily, they only show these Crusha ads during the morning, I believe. So like during the evening, you don't see a lot of Crusha sponsorships anymore. So, and you got multiple sponsorships like Center Parks or something, and other types like Barbie Dreamtopia. So they have many of these